The NFL schedule releases tomorrow, and we'll find out when the Titans are playing and specifically who they are playing at what time. But the Titans, they also got a double dose of great scheduling news when it comes to where they'll travel to, and also if they're playing overseas. So it's a great thing, and it might help them going into next season. Welcome into Titans Today by Chat Sports, presented by PrizePicks. I am your host, Brett Alper, and after seeing the schedule and seeing that, hey, it's about to release, we are about to know and start predicting games, it gets me excited for the upcoming season. I know we got 4 months to go until the season starts, but it'll come up on us very quickly. So if you're excited for it, hit that thumbs up icon. And if not, tell me exactly why, because I don't think that it's going to be the same as 2025. We'll start off by the first part of good news with the Tennessee Titans schedule. As you can see, that the NFL released all their strength of schedule. And if you go down all the way at the bottom, the Cleveland Browns have the easiest, but you keep going up and up and up. And about 7th from the top, you see the Tennessee Titans is one of the easiest schedules that you see going into next season. And what to know as well, if you see from that, the Titans have one of the easiest schedules based on opponents' win percentage last season. Now, last year, it was the exact hardest percentage. They played the hardest schedule in the league. They were playing pretty much every team that made the NFL playoffs, which was absolutely insane to see. But now they have this 7th easiest schedule and one of the easiest to go into it. And they're going up against some very light, and I mean light, opponents. For example, the first one that is on my list is the Cleveland Browns. And if you remember, that was one of the most exciting games that we watched. And it was Shedeur against Cam Ward. Little foreshadowing to later in the show. But the Titans won one of those games. Then you have the New York Jets. And the Jets, they're a joke. That's all I'm going to say. The Washington Commanders, they had a very big down year. I don't know if they're going to be as bad as they were last season with Jaden Daniels coming back healthy, but their team still isn't one of the best teams in the league. And then you have the Las Vegas Raiders, who were the worst team in the NFL. And I don't think Fernando Mendoza is going to start this season. So it's going to be Kirk Cousins. Are they going to get better? Probably not. And then the New York Giants. There's been a lot of drama when it comes to who's better, Jackson Dart or Cam Ward. And everybody wants to talk about how the Titans pretty much got Brian Daboll. And they're like, oh, well, the Titans got the Giants sloppy seconds. Well, that's going to be a big matchup going into later this year. But I will say, as a lot of the teams got better, but the teams I mentioned, I don't expect any of the teams that I listed as the Browns, the Jets, the Commanders, the Raiders, the Giants, to be in playoff contention. I think all of those teams are going to be guys that you see are going to be around the same level as the Titans in skill. So the teams that they faced, well, you could have a chance to win all of those games. I listed 5. That's 5 wins right there, more than the Titans had last year. And there's also a lot of teams that I could see falling just completely off a cliff going into next season. And those are 2 of your division rivals in the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know if they're going to be good. The Colts, we have no idea if Daniel Jones is going to be healthy. And we saw once Daniel Jones left, they were 8-1 at one point, 8-0. And then it went, didn't even make the playoffs. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is Rodgers going to sign with the team or not? That I have no idea. It's a question to ask, but these are teams that could fall off, and that's 5 games right there that you could have a possibility of winning. Coming up on the back half of the show, we got more great news and also some other schedule options. I'm going to look at some juicy week 1 going into, so we'll get back to that in just a second. But first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is PrizePicks. You guys know I can't get enough of PrizePicks. It's the best place to win cash while watching sports. Playoff basketball is here. There's big golf tournaments. Baseball's underway. And you know my favorite with motorsports every Sunday. They're out at Dover Motor Speedway in Delaware, my hometown. Personally, I love sports and I love making daily fantasy lineups. You guys can follow me on the app to see all my lineups at The Real Alper. Get the picks before they even get posted on the show. And we got some playoff basketball tonight. And I got the more on Donovan Mitchell. Field goals made. 8.5. I know it seems like a lot, but he is going to go off tonight just like he did. 39 points in 1 half last game. I got Evan Mobley, the more on his assist at 3.5. And Jalen Duren, I love you, but I got the less on yours at 23.5 PRA. App is super easy to use, guys. You just pick more or less on a few player stats, then lock in your lineup. It's a new user offer. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code HMA to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. The link will be in the comments and description of today's video. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. So now, the second half of the good schedule news that you guys see is that the Titans have an easy schedule, but also, if you look at that list, and it's very confusing because it goes 1, and then on the right side it's 2. All the way down, you scroll, and you see at number 18, the Titans have the 18th longest distance traveled for the team. So they're not going to be going very far. And looking at their schedule, they only have 4 games to where they have to go outside of the Eastern time zone. And one of those games is only in the Pacific time zone, and that's when you face the Las Vegas Raiders. So only one game, you're going to have to go all the way out west. So you're not going to have to travel very, very, very far. And the best part about it is, guess what? Well, going into next season, you kind of expected, the NFL released it today, all the international games. So sometimes teams go overseas. You can see right there, week 1, the San Francisco 49ers are taking on the Rams out in Australia. That's far as hell. Well, the Titans have no international games, so they don't have to worry about going very far and only travel out west a couple times. So you could stay right there in Nashville, go out. Yeah, well, it's going to be nice for them. I'll ask you guys, how many wins will the Titans have in 2026? You let me know down in the comments section below. How many wins? I want you to let me know. I'm going to guess about 7 or 8. That's my prediction. And I kind of expected at this point that the Titans would have some games leaked. Like, I kind of figured it would happen at least one. I mean, we had a Jets-Dolphins game, I think it was, leaked week 7 of the NFL. Who cares about that game? Let's get the week 1 games, or let's get something happening. And the one thing I'm looking forward to is, who are the Titans going to play week 1? So I have 3 options that could happen for the Tennessee Titans the first game of the season. The first one is kind of what I'm predicting, and I think it's going to be the obvious one, and that's Jets versus Titans. And I think this is almost an absolute guarantee to what the Titans should happen. And why? Well, because it's Robert Saleh versus his former team. He coached them for a couple years, and he gets his first game in his new head coaching job with the Tennessee Titans going out and playing the Jets in week 1. So I think that's going to happen, but we'll also have to wait and see. The second game that I have is the Titans versus the Colts. Why do I think it could be Titans versus the Colts? Well, it's a pretty decent matchup. I mean, you get 2 decent quarterbacks going into it, but also it's a divisional matchup. You get 2 AFC South teams, and we see a couple times before in years past that the Titans open their season with the division. Now, last year it was against the Denver Broncos, so we really didn't have that choice, but this year I think it could be. And then you also, well, it could be competitive because we truly, truly don't know if Daniel Jones is going to go out there and play in week 1. We know that he had a torn Achilles last year, so he's recovering from that. But if he's not, then the Titans could maybe possibly win this game. I don't even know if Anthony Richardson or Sam Ehlinger is the backup quarterback at this point. I just know they don't have Phillip Rivers anymore. And the last one, I think this is the second option for the Tennessee Titans for week 1. I'm still going as the favorite for this one. But the Browns versus the Titans. And I'll say this, because even though it's like, well, these 2 teams are not very good, but if you guys remember last year, it was the most exciting game of the entire Tennessee Titans and also Cleveland Browns entire season. Those 2 teams faced off, and it was 31-29, and it came down to like a 2-point conversion. And you got 2 quarterbacks coming off the top 10, or coming off they're both rookies, and Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. But there could be an option that Deshaun Watson could be starting at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'd like to see Cam Ward versus Shedeur Sanders. But the most game that I'm looking forward to is the game that if you go on Titans Twitter or see anything, or Giants Twitter, because I'm also involved in the basketball forum of New York, and I see Giants fans all the time, they're talking trash about Cam Ward and Brian Daboll, and then the Titans fans are going right back at him. So this is going to be an intense matchup to go to. Cam Ward versus Jackson Dart. Brian Daboll going up against his former team, but that can't happen week 1 because the Giants are taking on the Cowboys in week 1. So I think that it's going to be Jets-Titans week 1, but this is actually a really fun matchup to look forward to later down the road this season. What matchup are you looking forward to the most? Which game are you looking forward to watching the most? Let me know down in the comments section below. I gave you mine, Giants, Titans. Let me hear yours. And also, go ahead and hit that sub button. We're covering Titans all the time. The schedule releases tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, and you know we got you covered with the video, so don't miss out. Hit that sub button right now, and as always, tighten up.